Well, hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam, thanks for hanging out with me again today. And today we have the Dirt Master, and we're gonna actually try to get outside and get some dirt on it. Before I do, I want to go back over it real quick for those that may have missed the original video of, after I built it. It's built bone stock, has a Hobbywing 1060 in it, and a 17 turn Holmes Hobby Retro Sport motor in there. And I went with the 17 turn just because the can's purple. And I mean, 17 turns should go pretty well in here. I really enjoyed building the buggy. The buggy went together very well. The plastics all feel great. The assembly went together well. So the instructions on this were not the best. And they weren't terrible. If you went in prepared knowing, that there are some shortcomings in the instruction manuals, it went a lot better. The first guys that got these had a big issue trying to figure out what went where. There is a lot of shims in this kit. Shim this forward, shim this back, tighten this up with some shims, shimmy, shim, shim. There's a lot of little plastic shims in here. The problem is they don't have any of them labeled on the parts trees. Normally you have parts tree A, part 1. So in the instructions, go clip off A1 and put it here. The Kyosho part trees are labeled, A935812-7, and in the manual, it just says, 1.5 millimeter shim, A51-7, whatever. And it doesn't tell you where on the parts tree that is. So you have to keep referring to the front of the manual. Now, the trick to that is don't even worry about what the manual says where it's at. Get a pair of calipers, measure your thicknesses, and go with that. It's much quicker to just measure, okay, is this a 1 mil, is this 1.5? Okay, 1 mil snip, put it on. Anyway, not going to go back through all that. So we got to the painting part, and I rushed it. I was trying to get a video out for you guys as quick as I could, and ended up shooting myself in the foot, because it looks okay from there. From here, garbage. I'll get some up-close pictures to see what I'm talking about. But the idea was to not have all these stickers on here, and just have a really nice faded gunmetal to metallic purple, and then the purple-green shift up front. Now, the gunmetal went on fine. I got a nice straight, even shot across both the wing and the body where I wanted it, and then I rushed the purple. I came in and blasted a bunch too much purple on at one time, and I did not let the gunmetal cure enough. So with that heavy coat of purple on here, it ate into the gunmetal and made it all over the place. So there's actually gunmetal all down the edges, and there's splotches of it missing up here on the top. The wing came out much better than the body did, but I had to live with it. So I went, after the purple dried for a little while, I went on to blast on the color shift purple green. Never used it before. I didn't know it basically went on clear. So it goes on a lot different and a lot faster, and it's a lot harder to gauge what you're putting on when you're doing that semi-clear paint. And yeah, I put that on too heavy, so it was taking a long time to dry. And I went out to check it, and I had the body flipped over like this, and when I grabbed it, it kind of slipped out of my hands, and my thumb went right in the middle of the front of the nose into the paint. Big honking thumbprint. So at that point I was like, all right, well, do we have a permanent ID mark that this is my buggy on the front, or do we try to clean it off? So the paint was still very wet, so I took this little paintbrush and started, just stippling the paint, and it was working very well up here where all the clear was. It wasn't messing it up. It was just making a nice little texture to it. So it wasn't going to be a flat finish up front. It was just going to have a little texture to the paint. It was working well. And then I got back here where the purple and the stuff transition. And then all of a sudden I started getting purple paint on here. And my texturing went to paint removing. Whole thing was a mess. Well, then you have to back the color shift up with black. So now there's black splotches up top, and it's a mess. I don't like it, but it's a runner body, so we're going to live with it. And I've complained and talked about it enough. If you guys want to see how the build went, I'll put that video up here. But for now, we're going to stick a battery in this. We're going to take it out to the track and see what it does out there. Is it the Master of Dirt, or is it just a buggy?